ComfyUI can be scary, right? Well, after today, no more. In this video, we are going to see how to use ComfyUI to create videos or images in the easiest way possible. You just need to select the template that you want to use, so in this case image to video, you upload your image, you enter your prompt and you click run. And in a matter of seconds you generate a video like this one, for example. So now, without further ado, let's see how to use ComfyCloud and how to make the most out of it. Now, we are inside the official ComfyUI website, and as we can see here and here we have ComfyCloud. So what we want to do is, of course, click on ComfyCloud, and here we want to launch ComfyCloud. So we launch it. We are in this page, so I need to sign up with Google to get 400 free credits every month. So I will go that really quickly. Perfect, and now I am inside ComfyCloud. So here we can choose a template to use. We have text to image, we have image to video, we have product photography, and a lot of different models. Now, this is really cool because, of course, we just need to choose the template that we want to use, so the workflow that we want to use, and we directly will use that workflow. I will make a little note here, since we are using ComfyCloud, and if we go and see here in the pricing about ComfyCloud, we are deploying an RTX 6000 Pro. So this is an incredible machine, 96 gigabytes of VRAM. This is a monster of a machine. And also, we are deploying it, and we use credits only when we actively deploy the GPU. So you are charged for active GPU time while a workflow is running. Idle time and time spent building the workflow does not consume GPU hours. So this is amazing. This means that we actually spend our credit only when we click run on the workflow and our image or our video is generating. After it generates, we don't spend credit anymore. And why this is powerful? This is powerful because if you compare it with RunPod, for example, so with RunPod you spend for the same GPU, here an RTX Pro 6000, you spend $1.69 an hour. But the countdown, let's say, starts as soon as you click deploy. So if you deploy it for an hour, even the time you're spending building the workflow, or the time that you spend prompting, or the time that you spend while the workflow is loading, while ComfyUI is loading, you will spend money. With ComfyCloud, it is not like that. You only spend when the GPU is active. This is critical. This is why ComfyCloud can be worthy of your money, because of course it costs a little bit more compared to RunPod, but depending on how you use it, it can be very cost effective. Here you can see all the different prices, and the good thing is that for free you will get 400 credits a month, so 35 5 seconds videos using the 1.2 image to video template. And so here you have all the different stuff about ComfyCloud. The cool part is the active GPU time, and that the multiple credits included partner nodes like Nano Banana Pro, so you can use it to generate even images with Nano Banana Pro. But in my opinion, generating picture with ComfyCloud, it's not optimal, because of course you have this beast of a machine, and you have credits limitation and time limitation. So what you want to do is to use it to generate videos, of course, from image, from text, from what you want, but since the machine is very, very powerful, it will generate video in seconds, and you can use it to generate a lot of different videos. You can generate your pics in another way, like using LM Arena, for example, or using your own ChatGPT, and so on. So to generate images, it is a little bit too much. You can use RunPod and it's fine, but to generate videos with this monster of a GPU, this is well worth it. So now, with that being said, let's go back and let's start creating. So we are here inside ComfyCloud, and it is like being inside your regular ComfyUI. And now we want to create some videos, because of course I believe that this is the best way to use ComfyCloud. So we want to choose a workflow that allows us to create video starting from images, because of course if you create great images with, let's say, Nano Banana Pro, so maybe a 4K image or a 2K image, you can then create a very, very good and powerful video. So my suggestion is always start from an image. And in this case, we are going to use 1.2.2 14B. That is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful video generator in ComfyUI. So I click here, and as we can see here, we have all the workflow. Basically, super basic workflow. Here we input our image, here we input our prompt with the size that we want, and here we have our video. So this is a very, very, very basic workflow, and you don't need to download models, you don't need to download the VAE, you don't need to download the clip, it's already there. If we want to open up the subgraph about the workflow, we can click right here, and here we are going to see the exact stuff that the model do. So with the K-sampler here, the advanced of course, we have the LoRA, for example, we have the diffusion models that we are going to use, and here we have the prompt, so the positive and the negative. But of course we don't need, at least now we don't need to know all this kind of stuff, because if we go here, we already have all that we need to modify and to generate our video. If you want to go technical, if you want to go to add your own LoRA, for example, right here, you can do it. And also you can select the number of steps, select the CFG, and so on. But for now, let's just work with the basic version. So, as we can see here, we can select, we can upload our image, and I'm going to do it. Perfect. Now I will change the height and the width to match my image, that is 916. So, perfect Reels size. Here we will go with 1376, and here we go with 768. Perfect. Here we enter the prompt that we want, and here we have the saved video. So now that I click run, I will start consuming my credits. So I run it. As you can see, the workflow is working. And we didn't need to install anything, we didn't need to manually install the models, manually install the clip, the VAE, and so on. We just need to input our image, input our prompt, and we will have a video as soon as it is finished generating. So this is super simple, very easy to use, and also with the GPU that we've deployed, it is also very, very fast. And as you can see here, we have our video. So let's take a look. And so this is our video. To save it, you can go in Assets. Here we'll have our video. You click the three dots and you download. And here we have downloaded our video. So now I've generated a bunch of video. This is my last one, as you can see here. Pretty good video about these futuristic cities. Here in the assets, I will have the video I generated, and I can zoom in and open up the video. As you can see, this is the second to last one that I've generated. As you can see here, I can scroll with the arrow and see the other video that I've generated. So right now I've generated a few videos, as you can see, and let me show you what I found out about ComfyCloud. Here on the account settings, I have the number of credits that I have left, and of course I have the upgrade button right here. Here of course, in assets, you will have your generation, and you can download it as we saw previously. Here, if we open up the subgraph of the workflow, this is very cool, because we open up the subgraph as we did before, and of course here we can play around and change a lot of things. So we can change, as I said, the number of steps, the CFG, we can change the number of frames per second, so FPS right here. But the cool thing is that we can change the LoRa, and if we click, let's say in this LoRa, for example, here we have a list of all the LoRa that we have available. Of course, as you can see, there are various models LoRa, and as you may already know, a LoRa is specific for a model. So in this case, we are using 1.2.2. We need to find a LoRa to 1.2.2. We can't use an LTX 2.3 LoRa or let's say a Flux to Klein LoRa, for example, because it won't work. But if we just search 1.2.2, as you can see here, we have a lot of different pre-installed LoRa's that we can use. And this is super cool because, of course, if we need like a lightning LoRa, we can search for, let's say, this one, Kijai One Video ComfyUI 1.2.2 Lightning for steps, and we can use it right away. If we are looking for smartphone snapshot photoreality, so a LoRa that allows us to create a video that looks like it's shot from a smartphone, we can directly use the LoRa that we want. This is super cool because we don't need to download, to install the LoRa, to put the LoRa in the right folder, and then refresh our config to use it. We just search directly in the search bar here and just click it and use it. So this is very powerful. Of course, the downside here is that if you don't have here the LoRa that you want to use, of course you can import it, but you need to upgrade to an higher tier. If I click import, as you can see, this feature is only available with Creator and Pro plans. So this is the negative side, but of course, if you want to use ComfyUI in full scale properly, you can just run it on RunPod, and I have videos for that, or running on your own machine if your own machine is powerful enough. And of course, inside my free community, I'll have a lot of different videos about ComfyUI where I go in details about how to run it on RunPod and how to run complex workflow, training LoRa's, using different LoRa's, and so on. This Comfy Cloud, I believe that is the best way if you are a complete beginner and maybe you don't want to learn how to use ComfyUI, maybe ComfyUI scares you because, I mean, all these different spaghettis, all these different nodes can be intimidating. So you want just to tip your toes inside ComfyUI, you can use Comfy Cloud and very easily run the workflow that you want. Of course, when you reach a point that you want more and you want to pay less, or you don't want to pay at all, you need to install properly ComfyUI in your own machine, so in your own PC, if it is powerful enough, or in RunPod, where you have complete access and complete control on your ComfyUI workflow. So, with that being said, a few more things before we move on. Here, if we go, let's say, in a blank tab, we go into templates. Before we were in the getting started section, and these are the workflow that I show you. If you want a more complex workflow, you can go with all templates, as you can see, and here you have, for example, a lip sync workflow. So you input your character, you input your audio file, and you generate lip sync videos. And I have this workflow in one of my videos, of course. You have multiple angles, again, another workflow that I have, but here you can use it directly. So you upload a picture and you can generate multiple angles of that picture, and so on. You have a lot of different workflows that you can use. Of course, you don't have complete control. If you want complete control, again, run it in RunPod or inside your own machine. So if let's say that I want to open up the lip sync video, I open it up. Here you have your audio, here you have your video, and here you have the prompt. If we open up the subgraph, we can see that this workflow is like this one, for example. And so, if you want your character to speak something specific, like in this case, you upload, and you create the video that you want to create. So, if you are looking for something specific, just go into templates, and you will have a lot of different things. If you search for image, you can have all the workflow for the image generation. If you have videos, you can go with every workflow for the video generation. If you go in all, you can see everything. And so, let me know your thoughts about this. If you like it, I can go deeper inside Comfy Cloud and see a lot more stuff. So let me know if you like the video. And of course, please consider subscribing to the channel and like the video, because it will help the channel a lot. Of course, you can find a lot of other workflows and in-depth about ComfyUI in my free community on School. I will leave the link in the description of the video, in the first comment, in the description of the channel, and of course you can just scan the QR code on screen right now to join. It's completely free and it will be awesome to have you there. In the meantime, as usual, I wish you a great day, take care, and bye bye.